Today we will start a new lesson, that is lesson 7, The Little Match Girl by Hans Christian Andersen. What kind of a story is this? It is a slightly ominous story. This story leaves you with a very sad feeling. It leaves you feeling very cold as the story sets on the night of 31st December. So you can have a kind of imagination of the mood and the atmosphere the writer has managed to create in this story. Hans Christian Andersen was a Danish writer. The speciality of this writer is he has written many stories and plays with children with protagonism. Here also, in this story, the protagonist is a small girl, and here I would like to draw your attention that the writer has not given any name to this poor little girl. Through this, he projects not only one particular girl, but all the girls suffering from poverty in this large world. The writer has referred this girl as a little match girl. It is a very fascinating story. Students, it will make no sense if we go for a literal reading. It would be injustice with the writer if we do not understand what is the theme or the message writer wants to deliver through this story. Let's get started without any further delay, with a hope that you have opened the book with a pencil. It was bitterly cold, snow was falling, and darkness was gathering. For it was the last evening of the old year. It was New Year's Eve. It was bitterly cold. Just see the kind of atmosphere the narrator was able to construct with the use of vocabulary. Bitterly cold immediately gives you a sense of something negative, which shows something sad is going to happen. Snow was falling and darkness was gathering. It also reminds you about the poem Cold Within, where cold is spoken about in terms of weather as well as cold within the people who are actually going to pass by this little match girl without showing any empathy to this girl. In the cold and gloom, a poor little girl walked bareheaded and barefoot through the street. In this second paragraph, first line showcases about the pathetic condition of this little girl, as the cold was very much, but this girl was walking through the street without any cap, scarf, or any cover on her head, and there was nothing in her feet like shoes or slippers. She had been wearing slippers, it is true, when she left home, but what good were they? They had been her mother's, so you can imagine how big were they. So here the writer says that when she left her home, she was having the slippers, but those slippers as belonged to her mother, so they were oversized. The little girl had lost them as she ran across the street to escape from two carriages that were being driven terribly fast. One slipper could not be found, and a boy had run off with the other, saying that it would come in very handy as a cradle some day when he had children of his own. So here the writer is giving you an idea that all the people who were in that area were in hurry to reach their home or destination, as it was the last eve of the old year. Means all the people were in the festive mood and they wanted to reach their home as fast as they can. But this girl has nowhere to go. So she was roaming to sell the matches in the street.